Hi, Movie Explainer here. Our story kicks off with Shun, our high school hero, craving an escape from his mundane life. He enters the school alongside his partner in crime, Sadek, and they encounter Ikika breezing by on a bicycle. Shun's got a soft spot for her, a secret shared only with Sadek, who nudges him to confess. But Shun denies having any feelings for her, and that's a lie. Before class beckons, they witness Ame, the class tough, bullying some poor souls as per his daily routine. Class starts normally until an unexpected guest crashes the party. Daruma doll, a creepy noggin on the loose, takes a swing at their teacher. Students, understandably, freak out as Daruma forces them into a deathly game where losing means, well, losing your head, quite literally. Move, and the doll detonates heads, spewing red marbles along with blood. As the gruesome game unfolds, Shun's classmates drop like flies, meeting their doom at the doll's gate. Sadek, ever the strategist, reveals that there is a button on Daruma doll's back, and if they press it, the game might end. Shun spots a timer, cranking up the pressure. Many students rush to press it but get killed by Daruma, and only Shun and Sadek are left. In a daring move, Sadek becomes a human launch pad, catapulting Shun to press the button, ending the twisted game. But joy turns to sorrow as Daruma reveals Shun as the sole victor, making Sadek pay the price with a head-exploding exit. Moreover, Shun gets the grim news, it's just the beginning. Daruma refers to him as a rat and warns of a cat threat on the horizon. In shock, Shun bolts from the classroom, meeting Ikika at the exit. He is desperate for answers, but he discovers that she's as clueless as he is. With no time to waste, they attempt an escape, only to find the doors firmly shut. In their frantic search for an exit, Shun and Ikika stumble upon schoolmates in the basketball arena, wearing rat costumes for an upcoming event. They both hastily recount the terrifying event, but their attention is drawn to a floor inscription that reads, "Find the cat's bell." Suddenly, the ground trembles, and an enormous and apparently cute cat emerges from below, initiating a nightmarish chase as it devours students in a very cruel way. While running away from the cat, Shun notices a bell on the ground, complete with a ticking timer, and spies a hoop around the cat's neck. Thanks to his gaming experiences, Shun realizes that they have to pass this bell from the hoop around the cat's neck and notifies everyone about this. The school's basketball ace attempts a shot, but the cat intercepts and hurls the bell, tragically ending his life. Following this, the cat resumes killing the students. Recognizing that the cat targets those dressed as rats, Shun instructs everyone to shed their costumes. Initially, the ploy seems effective as the cat surveys without attacking. However, moments later, it claims another victim, sending the terrified student running. As the cat approaches to eat Ikika, Shun takes a gamble and dons a rat costume to distract the cat. Surprisingly, the costume grants him the ability to hear the cat, revealing an itch on its back. Shun climbs onto the cat and begins scratching, urging fellow students to do the same. Their collective effort lulls the cat into a deep slumber. With the cat asleep, they decide to score the decisive goal. However, confusion erupts among the students, each believing the goal scorer to be the sole survivor. The brawl over the bell awakens the cat, reigniting its ruthless assault on the terrified students. However, Shun remains composed and devises a strategic plan. He conceals the bell within a regular ball and skillfully throws a series of balls, including the disguised one, towards the cat. The cat, bewildered by the array of options, struggles to determine which one to impede. Consequently, the bell successfully reaches the hoop, but to their dismay, it fails to pass through it. Suddenly, Ame materializes out of thin air and manages to guide the bell through the hoop. As a result, the cat declares Ame, Ikika, and Shun as the triumphant winners since they all collaborated to defeat it. Before any inquiries about the fate of their fellow students can be made, Ame ruthlessly eliminates them. He asserts that only the fittest will survive and reach the next round, attributing it to the divine will of God. Ikika rebukes Ame for his actions, prompting him to advance toward her as well. Yet, before any harm can be inflicted, the cat releases gas, rendering them all unconscious. According to the media, the student massacre is a terrorist attack while intellectuals churn out conspiracy theories about aliens, fueled by the appearance of gigantic, uninvadable flying cubes in the sky. Out of context, the scene shifts to a group of beggars tuned into the radio discussing the student tragedy. The radio goes haywire, prompting another beggar to step forward and miraculously restore its functionality with a mere touch. As per the radio transmissions, the surviving students are now dubbed God's children. Now back to Shun. He regains consciousness within one of the enigmatic cubes, accompanied by his childhood friend Shoko. Two unfamiliar faces, Mikanori and Yumi, also share the confined space. Mikanori promptly asserts his intelligence, claiming he'll be the ultimate survivor, while Yumi, gripped by fear, expresses a desire to quit the game immediately. Shun aligns with Yumi's inclination to escape, attempting to exit the cube. However, Mikanori dismisses the effort, mocking Shun and insisting that winning the game is the sole path to freedom. Mikanori elaborates on his research, revealing that they are bound to play the game or face dire consequences. According to him, clearing all the rounds and emerging victorious is the only ticket to exit the cube and be recognized as God's children. In the midst of contemplation, the four are notified about a door leading to the next level. Their task is to find the keys to it. As they ponder their next move, a door unexpectedly swings open, revealing Chinese wooden dolls. The dolls announce the rules of the game. They will all be blindfolded one by one and will be encircled by the dolls singing songs. All they have to do is guess the doll behind them when the song stops. The game commences, and Mikanori is the initial participant. He is blindfolded and surrounded by singing dolls, but he fails to identify the doll behind him. In a drastic turn, the dolls kill Mikanori by bashing his head on the ground until his demise. Yumi follows suit, unable to correctly name a doll and meeting a similar grim fate. The next one is Shoko, but Shun intervenes, opting to go first. He employs cunning tactics and outsmarts the doll behind him. He reveals that he recorded the dolls' voices to gain an edge and points out the correct doll. The dolls, confronted with defeat, detonate, leaving behind a key. They both quickly leave the room, taking the key. As Shun and Shoko search for an exit holding the key, they encounter a distressed boy chased by a frightening doll. The boy implores Shun and Shoko to hold his hand, assuring them safety from the doll. Initially hesitant, they follow his advice, and the doll retreats, expressing disdain for friendship. In the midst of this, Shun observes Shoko's necklace, triggering a flashback to a rooftop encounter where she contemplated suicide due to disillusionment with the fake world. Shun suggests venting her anger by smashing crockery against a wall, a practice that has helped him cope. Agreeing to give it a try, Shoko feels a sense of relief, symbolized by the cup's handle she now wears around her neck, a gesture Shun interprets as a sign of her feelings for him. After a while, Ikika joins the group, fleeing from the menacing doll. They start roaming in search of an exit while holding hands and finally reach a room with the door to the next level. However, they are informed by the already present two participants that 7 keys are required to open the escape gate. Shun realizes that they only have 4 keys, which means they have to face more challenges to get the remaining 3 keys. However, Amaya apparently makes a heroic entry with the remaining 3 keys and another guy, but as soon as he enters the room, he kills him, saying they don't need him as they are already 7. Next, they open the door, and a pathway opens for the next game, but before entering, they are notified to change their costumes. It's then revealed that while these teenagers are fighting for their lives, this cruel game is being live televised, and people are enjoying it. The 7 remaining players find themselves in a room filled with snow. Out of nowhere, a gigantic plastic polar bear enters the scene and announces a truth-based game where lying results in death. He asks everyone for their favorite dish. That apparently seems to be the easiest question. Participants reveal their favorite foods, but the bear suspects someone is lying. The bear instructs them to name the suspected liar. The players get panicked and randomly point out a boy who gets crushed by the bear. The next inquiry involves their feelings for Shun. Shoko and Ikika express affection, while others claim otherwise. The bear accuses a traitor among them, leading to the conclusion that Shoko, who hasn't been in contact with Shun for years, couldn't harbor feelings for him. Shun attempts to intervene, but the bear doesn't listen to him and kills her. Heartbroken over the loss of Shoko, Shun confronts the bear, accusing it of being a liar. In a surprising twist, Shun's accusation holds true, causing the bear to turn black and eventually perish, bringing an end to the game. The remaining 5 contestants are ushered into the next round, relieved to discover it is the final game. 3 wooden dolls enter, congratulating the survivors and outlining the rules. One of them will be designated as the demon, while the others become victims. The victims must hide from the demon, who places a can on the ground and aims to find and name them. If the demon successfully locates all the victims and kicks the can, he will win. However, if a victim manages to kick the can, the other victims will emerge victorious, and the demon will explode along the can. The catch is that the victim who kicks the can will die. They then offer sticks to select the demon, and Amaya is chosen. Amaya kicks the can and rushes to catch the victims. He swiftly captures 2 players, inflicting severe beatings and locking them in a prison cell. He then turns his attention to Shun and Ikika. In a self-sacrificial move, Ikika reveals herself to Amaya, aiming to provide some time to Shun so he can make his move. Amaya brings Ikika to the prison cell and taunts Shun, proclaiming that he doesn't need to catch him to win. But Shun is not the one to back down and leave his friends. He emerges, wearing armor to conceal his face, and tells Amaya that he can't catch him until his face is hidden. However, Amaya approaches Shun and manages to remove his helmet. In a surprising turn of events, it is revealed that Shun orchestrated the entire scenario. He cunningly ties the armor's chain to Amaya and plunges into the water, dragging Amaya with him. Amaya desperately tries to retrieve the armor. However, Shun manages to slip out of it, climbs back up, and weakly walks to the can to kick it, all while knowing that if he did so, he would be exploded along Amaya. Although Amaya also breaks free and rushes towards the can, Shun kicks it before him. They both are ready to explode, but to their surprise, it never occurs. The dolls then announce the game's end, naming everyone except Amaya as a winner. The dolls confess to fabricating the explosion aspect to heighten the game's intensity. Fueled by rage, Amaya seizes one of the dolls, declaring his invincibility as chosen by God. The dolls, however, burst into sinister laughter, revealing that their intention was never for anyone to die, they simply wanted to play. Later, the dolls offer them ice cream to celebrate. Amidst the enjoyment of fireworks and indulging in ice cream, Shun musters the courage to ask Ikika out, to which she happily agrees. But it's not over yet. As the ice creams melt, they notice writing on them, and the dolls reveal that, despite being all the winners, luck is still a crucial factor. In a shocking twist, Shun discovers that his ice cream stick reads "You live," while the others, except for Amaya, bear the ominous message "You die." Without delay, a doll initiates a lethal spree, claiming the lives of the survivors, including Ikika. Shun helplessly watches as Ikika fades into the air before his eyes. Shun and Amaya are then released and find themselves standing atop the cube, where a jubilant crowd welcomes them, hailing them as God's children. Amaya revels in the adoration, feeling like a hero basking in the acclaim of his fans over a blockbuster movie. In contrast, Shun remains in disbelief, grappling with the profound loss of his friends. He starts to deny the existence of God. However, the doll counters his disbelief, asserting that God does indeed exist. In the end, we see a glimpse of that beggar from earlier, signaling that he might be the embodiment of God. Thank you for joining us all the way to the end. Now, like this video, and for more insightful recaps, subscribe to the Movie Explainer. Spoiler alert, subscribing also makes you 87% cooler. It's science, not movie magic.